dark ember remains nestled deep within the putrid flesh of my dead beast. With many of Highgate's tunnels now collapsed, we must forge another way inside. I have divined one weak point in the beast's flank, an ancient wound wrought by that Vaalish overreacher, Doriani. The wound was healed shut by a thick membrane, but the right decoction should dissolve the tissue and allow us inside. Of course, for a cordial of such potency, I shall require 2 ingredients of utmost rarity. First, our viscous concoction shall require basilisk acid, a princely poison which drips from the caustic heart of the basilisk, and Trathan powder, an explosive substance oft used in the mining of virtue gems. With these 2 bitter harvests, I shall brew something worthy of eroding the membrane of my decaying pet. Of Highgate Refinery, you shall find it. Trathan powder, a slightly more unstable blend to the kind found within the celebratory rockets and illuminations of Trathus. This devious mixture of crumbled chemistry was once used to blast holes through even the thickest mountainsides. It will ensure that our mixture has the brute force required, though one should tread carefully within the refinery. For General Adus and his elite legionnaires sought refuge there during the first moments of Malachai's cataclysm. If they remain, they will be creatures of darkest discipline, strong men in health and life, made even stronger in corruption and death. Basilisk acid drips from the hearts of those venomous monsters, though I cannot blame them for their disposition. They are tragic creatures. Theirs is a sorry tale more closely tied to my own than I care to dwell upon. Alas, the forging of my dark ember produced some rather unfortunate byproducts. But we shall not see any success if I am to dwell on those past errors. Goodbye.
I am Jun Ortoy of the sun-scorched plains of Vestiri. I am investigating the disappearance of several prominent exiles. I have surreptitiously been observing your movements for some time. The way you slew the monster beneath this mountain tells me you are suitable for the task I must ask of you. Rayclast is lawless, but it is not without justice, and some here are more deserving of death than others. The missing were good people, capable fighters doing what they could to bring light to a situation mired in darkness. I believe they were taken by a group calling themselves the Immortal Syndicate, and I fear they will not be the last. Scattered across the plains and mountains are small fortifications I believe to be Immortal Syndicate outposts. They have posted guards along their perimeters, so we must be cautious. Seek one out. I will meet you there, and together we will infiltrate it. Scattered across the plains, I'd not believe you if I had not witnessed the boats lurching onto the shores of Rayclast myself. So, the gods have returned, and Oriath has fallen. This complicates things, to say the least. Exile, I believe the Syndicate has been planning to form a new government. The Templar were cruel, but at least they were mortal. If the Syndicate's power continues to grow, they will be able to rule Rayclast and beyond, without fear of reprisal, and we mere mortals will have no choice but to serve, or fuel, their cycle of death and rebirth. Keep your eyes sharp.
You must be the outsider, the beast killer. I am Irasha, and while our soft-hearted chieftainess has gone wandering, it falls to me to make sure this Akara doesn't suffer for it. I've heard the stories they tell of you, and I know better than to pluck the feathers from a sleeping rock. Yet, for the sake of my people, I ask that you keep your peace while among us. Our customs have too often been threatened. Your ways are not our ways. Let's keep it like that. Oyun is gone for but a few days, and already Tasuni sniffs at the throne like it's a bitch in heat, ruled by a man. You need only walk amongst the ruins of Scion to understand that folly. Well, his desires are but wants and lusts while Oyun still lives. One of my scouts saw Kira and her Dekara near the foothills. They had Oyun bound to the back of a rower like a hunter's prize, and the Sekema feather, our symbol of leadership, worn by her captor. Whether Kira works alone or in pack with her brother Tasuni, I know not. Yet I fear she means to sacrifice our Sekema to the vulture of the wastes. Garukan, please, this Akara has helped you in the past. Return our kindness. Free Oyun and return her safely to us. And if this quest is lost, remove the traitorous bitch Kira from this world and retrieve our feather. As long as we have that, the throne of Marraketh will remain safe. My head is still reeling from what Kira has done to Oyun. That bitch looked at me day in and day out and proclaimed herself loyal unto death. She has shown her true face in the end. Once I thought the old gods were worthy of honor, and I can still see how one might think they are boons to be gained courting their favor. But if such favor comes at the price of Marraketh lives, then I spit on the old gods, and Kira as well. May they all rot in the endless desert. I would offer prayers up to the goddess of the breeze as a child, and listen to her voice sing and whisper as she danced through my family's wind chimes. She was my favorite. But in light of recent time, I can only believe that some immortal madness has laid waste to her mind. Arrogant men always seek to control that which they should not, as if that dangling piece of meat between their legs is somehow meant to lead them to power and glory. Men don't have the mind for leadership. Without guidance, they destroy all they touch. Leave the trials of power to women. We, who know how to nurture, how to grow, how to protect. No matter where you come from or who you might be, we were all birthed by a mother. Our mothers protected us and gave us nourishment. It is our duty in life to honor that great task. Without a mother, none would tread this dirt today. The most important commandment in our people's tradition is this: honor the mother, honor the life. Two of the very few outsiders I've met with like assault. I'm not saying I think they should have as much sway in the Akara as they do, but the fact is, the people like them. Oyun liked them. And despite their clumsy attempts to adopt some of our traditions, I like them as well. My Dakara and I have vowed to protect our people, and so we keep our eyes sharp and our blades even sharper. As such, I have plenty of weapons on hand. If you perhaps needed to replenish your arsenal, I'm sure we can come to some agreement. Through treacherous deeds and blind love, the Gemling Queen has taught us much. Her body remains here, surrounded by flowers, a reminder to all of us that we ought to tread lightly when chasing desire. Who can say, after all, where the line is drawn between bold ambition and foolish pride? Though you showed a mighty bravery when you slew that horrendous beast, by the thoughtlessness of your actions, you have caused great trouble to fall upon our home. The water runs red with toxic, corrupted blood. Now our people must travel far to fill their flasks and feed their livestock. It's as if we're in the midst of a great drought, while the water mocks us from within our own village.
quite liked it here, you know? Right up until the bloody mountainside started bleeding. Thought for sure I was hallucinating. Till the others started screaming and scrambling. Always nice to get a little reassurance about your sanity, eh? Goodbye.
Aye.
In a gambling mood?
Nightmares are but whispers now, yet like prophets, cowering within crevice and crack. They speak of old gods returned, and the reprisal of an exile to her beleaguered land. My sister Kira has grown obsessed with the vulture of the wastes, our goddess Garukan. Kira has taken Oyun and plans to sacrifice her, imagining she can reforge herself as a red Sakema, a warlord destined to unite the Marraketh under her bloody banner. My sister's betrayal is too great for forgiveness. Like a rabid dog wandering the mountain pass, she must be put down. I ask this of you, for you are familiar with such barbarism and will not feel the pangs of mercy that I would. On her person, I suspect you will find Oyun's royal mandate, the Sakema feather. If Kara truly wishes to take the throne, she would need such an item to be considered more than a simple usurper. Bring it to me for safekeeping. And please, return our Sakema Oyun to us, if you can. If she still lives, that is. But don't risk your life for hers. For I know her mind. She would not want that. Yes, I know of that dark god perched atop your shoulder. His image comes forth in my mind's eye, and I hear the sound of his breath crackle against the coldness of our mountain air. He has a different energy to the other gods revealed in my dreams. Less hostile, more empathetic to the plight which humanity suffers. Should his brethren be left to roam free? It seems, Lord Sin, as if you are on our side. In the twisting, shifting black smoke of my dreaming, I saw the beast, lying slain at your feet. I saw the rise of the old gods, the rigid, dusty remains, springing in sudden haste to life. I saw the growing of their power. As the corruption began to fade, I felt utter anguish, the madness of the beast's last rapid breath. Yet my sight, my power still remains. It would appear that I was permanently marked by its corruption, even as I was birthed from my mother's womb. While now, my mother is no longer around to protect me, and the beast lies rotting in the bowels of that wretched mountain. Why ask me about her? That woman doesn't like me very much, and I can't say I'm particularly fond of her either. She seems to have gotten into her head somehow that I am the epitome of all evil, a selfish, blind villain. Nothing can be further from the truth, other than the blind part, of course. I suppose Irasha has good intentions. She truly wishes to see our tribe flourish. However, she is too caught up in ancient traditions to see that for us to truly flourish, we must transcend tradition. We must become progressors of the future, not attendants to dry, dusty history. Of course,
all you want, lover. We can't stay here. Not with all this blood.
Where do you expect us to go, Vanya? We have our whole lives here in Highgate.
I don't know. West, perhaps? The Ezomite lands. I don't care. Just somewhere that has unpoisoned water.
Oh, Beast Slayer.
Good to see you again.
Even if you have happened upon us in a rather unruly time.
Shush now, sweetie. There's no need to bother them with our woes.
Oh, they don't know. I can see on your face you haven't heard.
It's Kira. She's gone mad.
Absolutely bonkers.
She's abducted Ayun.
Stolen off with her into the desert. And to make matters worse...
The whole of Highgate is in a state of disarray. There's beast blood in the water.
Usurpers are eyeing up the throne.
And the old gods have risen. If you want my advice, get out of Highgate.
Or save us.
While you still can.
You must have encountered men and women like us before.
Relic hunters.
Collectors of rare antiquities. Anyway, Vanya and I are the best in the business.
And we need your help locating a particularly rare item.
Sweet, I was working them into it.
It's an ancient sword belonging to the Maraketh goddess Garukan.
The Stormblade, some call it. A weapon carved from crystal, capable of capturing even the most powerful of storms within its rigid edge.
The goddess lost it somewhere in the eastern desert during her ancient battle against the necromancer Suresh and his undead horde.
According to our research.
Find the blade for us and we will make it worth your while.
We'd do this ourselves, but what with the political unrest in Highgate as of late?
We fear leaving, lest we find the gateways barred and ourselves without a home.
I'll let Vanya take this one.
Thank you, love. I trained in Ori.
As a witch? Imagine that.
I thought I was telling this story, Pataris.
Yes, sorry, sweets.
I learned all about the old gods. They were supposed to be our idols, beings of divinity that guided us through our mortal lives.
But they aren't like that at all, are they, love?
Hardly. The gods know better than we are, and nobody that is as bad as us should ever wield that much power.
As bad as us? Speak for yourself. I'm positively delightful.
Yes, yes, you're so sweet they dipped you in a barrel of sugar as a babe. We know.
Irasha? Well, she's the best we've got. Strong, purposeful, an honorable warrior.
I think the description you're failing to provide, love, is stick in the mud.
Stick in the mud?
Yes, as stubborn and serious as they come.
You just don't like her because she treats you differently.
Irasha is a stuck-up elitist. She refuses to see me as a woman.
Oh, sweets. You're more woman to me than all of them put together. Please, Vanya, don't say it.
Say what? I told you so? Well, I never trusted Kira. Her need to control everything, no matter the cost, was never a trait I held much faith in.
Yes, but ambition is not the problem. I have ambition. Do you not?
Of course, I trust you, sweetie, but you're not about to go killing everything that moves in exchange for a bit of power now, are you?
Well, I'd trade dreams of power for dreams of you, my sweets, any day.
Oh, Pataris. Take care.
A muse to the twisted and vile.
moment's respite?
Traveler.
I'm afraid the only option here for me
is execution.
Whoa! Oh, no, I am ready to do whatever you say. There it is, eh? That's the sense I was hoping for. Now, let's talk.
Hello. I've spent some time around powerful magical objects. There are some whose magical properties are obscured and tangled, trapped and restricted by a curse placed upon it. I cannot restore such items to their original glory, but I can at least break the curse and release some of its power, if you bring it to me. Celerim.
far too much baggage.
Some of the members we have come across, well, they have come back from the dead. I don't have any better way of putting it. They are no mindless zombies. Somehow, they are returning, whole. This must be why they call themselves the Immortal Syndicate. Immortality is dangerous, even in the hands of those with good intentions. Do I really need a reason? For what reason did you help the sick and dying in Lion Eye's watch? We do these things because no one else will. We do these things because the world has enough pain in it already. Would you have me sit idly by, watching the few good souls left on this wretched stretch of land fall into the shadows? Creation cannot occur without destruction, nor destruction without creation. Light and darkness, the two must coexist. One cannot be without the other. But forces work to break Rayclass' already precarious balance. And who but us can put it right? Blessings. Be careful.
Yes? A traveler on the winds, Garo-Khan pridefully plundered the sky for its secrets. To her mind, wisdom could be found in the eye of a hurricane. Please understand that Garo-Khan is not an evil being. She was once my friend and companion. Her beauty astonished me as her aspirations inspired me. Yet I must forgo my sentiments for the sake of humankind. Like winds erode the sandstone, Garo-Khan has been warped by the same powers she enslaved. This is not my goddess that you shall slay. And if I continue to say it, I might very well come to believe it. I weep for my poor Garo-Khan. Together we experienced the loftiest moments that this world could offer. Alas, it was my heavy heart that she could no longer bear. I knew her pride would one day be the storm that would ravage my precious humanity. In truth, it was for Garo-Khan that I sowed the dark ember within the depths of Highgate. When love cannot be slain, it must be laid down to sleep. Farewell.
You did it! They found it, Bataris! They found it!
By the gods! Garo-Khan's famed Stormblade.
Do you know what this means, my sweets? Once we find the right collector...
Oh, we can go anywhere. Have anything. We will be like royalty.
But the storm inside is a problem. It's too volatile in its current state.
You're right. We can't trade away a weapon of such apocalyptic nature.
This will require some pondering, my love. In the meantime, thank you, Exile. Take your pick of our stock.
Have you ever heard much of the Maraketh legends?
A truly unique cosmology of strange creatures, pagan gods, and powerful treasures.
One such story talks of a magical stone dial.
A Maraketh calendar, said to detail important events in the future of our world.
General Adis, a war hero of the Empire, reported in his diaries of discovering a dial meeting that description at a dig site somewhere in the foothills.
It appears the war hero had a secret penchant for archaeologies.
But the cataclysm wiped the land clean and buried the dig site in rocks and sand. No one has been able to locate it since, nor the stone dial.
Seems that with everything that's been going on of late, knowing what's due to happen in the future could be a fairly profitable ability.
We know you would never have use for such a gift.
It would remove all the enjoyment out of adventure for someone like you.
Yet, in times such as these, us small folk could do well with a heads up if something particularly nasty were to occur. Besides, a relic like that should sit in a museum.
Or for our collection.
Not be lost beneath the rubble where it benefits no one?
If you were to track the calendar down for us, we would pay you handsomely, Exile.
Yes, we are traders of antiquities after all.
A noble legionnaire.
But a legionnaire all the same.
Pataris and I did our research on Adis
We needed to know as much about him and his dig site as possible.
to make sure he was worth our while.
The general was an eternal commander of the Highgate Legion.
He ran a mining camp up here in the mountains. The bastard was the one responsible for controlling Karui, Maraketh, and Ezamite slaves, forcing them into the black bowels of rockfishes in search of gems.
At least he treated them fairly and as human beings.
A slave is still a slave, my sweets.
For all his faults, the general appears to have been a good man for his time. It's a shame what happened to him. An even greater shame that by the sounds of things, he's come back.
Yes, we'd advise steering clear of his old camp. Bye.
Greeting.
Who are you? You've done yourself proud today, Exile.
In the Maraketh Desert, an oasis lies to the east. Its waters shielded from prying eyes by a preternatural storm. The sand will rip the very flesh from your bones, should you be so foolish as to enter into its dark shroud. Yet enter you must. The goddess Shakari hides within that golden blizzard, festering with revenge as she resurrects and rebuilds her ancient army. An army that once threatened to shake the very balance of these lands. Should she be allowed to revitalize her troops, the whole of Maraketh will finally fall under the cruelty of her selfish reign. The storm is impenetrable for now, even to the likes of me, but there must be a way in. These Highgate locals, they have an affinity for the desert and harsh weather. One of them may know of a way to disperse the storm.
When I received my first flower of blood, I was given to the ritual of womanhood. All young Maraketh women have to dance with the scorpion to prove themselves worthy of carrying the Dakara's spear. It is no easy task to catch a black Maraketh scorpion. Their tails are swift, their stingers sharp, their poison lethal. I made my way through the trial unscathed, but my sister, we shared a womb, came into this world together. She left it, thrashing and foaming at the mouth. Since that day, I have slept with one eye open for fear of the scorpion's sting. And now Shakari, the mother of all black bugs, rises from the sands. Find that scuttling bitch and kill her for me and for every child, every little girl who has suffered and died by the barb of a countless poisoned tails.
Well, it took some time, but thanks to our Maraketh neighbors,
And their ancient traditions.
we managed a strain of thaumaturgy to remove the storm from Garukhan's blade.
We even bottled it for safekeeping.
We'd rather not trust anyone with this sort of power, but perhaps you can use it to clear away that sandstorm in the desert?
Find out what sort of nasties are hiding out there in the desert and put a stop to them.
See ya.
Greetings. It is not something I deign to speak of often, but this goddess, this creature, she was once the flesh of my flesh, blood of my blood. I rose into the clouds and fell into the arms of their queen, the beautiful Garul Khan. Now, if you think that mortal marriages are difficult to navigate, try an immortal one. We parted ways, yet not before my young queen of the sands was born into this world of filth and horror. Now you see how I must suffer for the sake of humanity, to lay mine own daughter upon the sacrificial altar. Farewell.
Blessings.
You have come to Tasuni.
Your torment is over. much baggage.
Exile. Blessings.
But a moment's respite.
Exile, you are a welcome omen. You are well prepared for the end. This is a fine capture. One is captured. I now will take it. One is captured. I now will take it.
we may just discover the truth of this world.
You're welcome. Goodbye.
have but a moment's respite?
Rest, my child. Be free from the torments of immortality. A mother's keen heart shall bleed into the dreams of her daughter. Once a beauty who held captive the hearts of men and women alike, Shikari's splendor decayed into lust for the power possessed by her skyborn mother. My daughter once sought out such power within the great sands of this desert. Ever determined, she found it, and it made of her the twisted creature you so mercifully dispatched. Driven by agony and shame, she built an army out here in these sweltering lands, and would have conquered the very sky had not the beast soothed her into peaceful oblivion. A babe once more, sleeping in her cradle. Goodbye.
She wasn't your daughter, my friend. She was nothing more than a dangerous husk. Though I imagine it still hurts just the same.
Yes?
fear I have not been entirely honest with you. This dusty pit was once the Forbidden Vault, and I its guardian. That you have not heard of it is not surprising. It was kept in absolute secrecy for countless generations, known only to my Akara. The Order of the Jinn. It feels so strange to tell someone. To speak so plainly would have been a sin of the highest order, punishable by death. It seems harsh to an outsider like yourself, but you do not know the importance of what we did. You have not heard of us because you were never meant to hear of us. I say us. In truth, it is just me left. We came from all walks of life, but we were all orphans, taken in and raised by the Order, and taught never to speak of it under punishment of death. It sounds harsh, I understand, but such was the importance of our duty that a life of solitude and secrecy was necessary. For hundreds, maybe thousands of years, we remained secret, until Giannis Parandus, that imbecile, he sold us out. Reaching for the last vestiges of his ancestral glory. Just like his great-grandfather Chittus, he may have doomed us all. My Akara, my people, were long ago tasked with protecting the people of Rayclass from themselves. Many artifacts of great power exist. You have come across some such in your travels. But there are some artifacts whose power is so great that to use them would put the world in jeopardy. Artifacts like the Horns of Kulamak. We, the Order of the Jinn, existed to keep such power sealed away in secret. Better that the world forget that it, and we exist, than fight for control of a power they have no hope of controlling. We were only taught what was passed down for generations. We believed the horns to be the ultimate tool of life and death, capable of siphoning the very breath of life from any living thing. We do not know where it came from. Perhaps the remains of a powerful long-dead animal. Perhaps a creation of the gods themselves. Regardless of its provenance, I believe the horns are what have given the Immortal Syndicate their miraculous ability to return from the dead unscathed. Keep your eyes sharp. Blessings.
Far too much baggage.
Cool winds. Keep your eyes sharp.
You killed Shikari. My sister's death has finally been avenged. Shikari was supposed to be our divine teacher, said to guide us into womanhood. All she ever gave was death. I suppose it's fitting that the teacher has learnt that mortal lesson for herself. Our whole lives, we have lived for the blessings of our goddesses. Yet here they are, in the flesh, proving to us that they are only monsters. Please, let me reward you for your efforts.
I see into the gloom.
Greetings.
Yes. Hello. Warm nights. blessings. Celerim.
You have defeated the Black Morrigan. I can see it in the way the wisps dance around you. The beast will return, for it is merely a silhouette, a shadow cast by an afflicted piece of the Dreox essence. But the battle is no less meaningful. I have long wondered where that being fits into the natural order. I have come to believe that she is the manifestation of the pain of the nameless, those countless multitudes forever silently screaming in their realm of shadowed non-existence. Someone must have named her long ago. But we may never know what she was called, and until we do, she can never truly be banished. Continue to struggle and grow. When you are ready, I will have more to teach you.
indeed, Exile. You hunt well. Is captured. I now will take it. Do not worry, little beast. We are friends now.
Mercy.
little beast. We are friends now. him about it.
Blessings. Careful.
Ah, our relic hunter returns.
You could make a regular go at this.
How about it, hero? Leave behind your warmongering ways and work for us.
No? Well, never mind. In any case...
Here's that reward we promised. Be careful.
Purger of corruption.
Greetings.
Hello.
ones look upon this capture with pride, Exile. You hunt well. You have been captured, beast. You will be a survivor, or you will be food. Exile. I now will write a mighty poem about it.
Far too much baggage.
Now it's my turn to delve into forbidden alchemy, I suppose.
That's impressive.
You have done well, but our concoction requires both acid and powder. Return to me when you have collected the second partner in our corrosive duo. Goodbye.
Cool winds. Blessings. Warm nights.
Greetings. Greetings.
Blessings. Be careful.
Hello. Go with courage.
Fear gnaws at the entrails of the faithful and the faithless alike. Fear of the unknown, fear of the future. An empire requires leadership that can assuage those fears through example, through wisdom, through strength. An emperor lights the way through the darkened caverns of uncertainty. In the left hand, surety in the right.
Yes?
Welcome.
love. You were too beautiful for this ugly world. I shall find you in the next. It shames me to know the horrors wrought by our hands here and now. Gurukhan was complicated, but she was also stubborn, and never would have thought to change her ways. We have given her a sky burial. That is the best we can do. Even in the old times, she was vain beyond comparison. It was her ambition that corrupted her, despite all my warning words. Well, look now, where ambition has gotten you, my love.
I can only imagine what you've lost, my friend. But she was a god. She had to be put down.
Nicely, Exile. Good find, Exile. Fine, Exile.
We may just discover the truth of this world.
Yes? The Dark Ember remains nestled deep within the putrid flesh of my dead beast. With many of Highgate's tunnels now collapsed, we must forge another way inside. Before us lies a weak point in the beast's flank. It is an ancient wound wrought by that Valish overreacher, Doriani. The wound was healed shut by a thick membrane, but the right decoction should dissolve the tissue and allow us inside. Of course, for a cordial of such potency, I shall require 2 ingredients of utmost rarity. First, our viscous concoction shall require basilisk acid, a princely poison which drips from the caustic heart of the basilisk, and Trathan powder, an explosive substance oft used in the mining of virtue gems. With these 2 bitter harvests, I shall brew something worthy of eroding the membrane of my decaying pet. The ember is a seed, the black core of the beast's heart. It is the pure, undiluted essence of corruption. Everything my pet once was, all of its power, the stupefying effect it had on us gods, it all dwells within this dark ember. With this, we shall lay Kitava to waste. The once-starved god shall fill his gut and pass on into oblivion. Kitava will fall, and the ember shall disperse into nothing more than ash dancing across the copper rooftops of Oriath. Remember, humanity needs us. Hello. The Dark Ember remains. Remember, humanity needs us.
Yes. Oyun was my friend. To depart this world in the manner she did is...
barbaric. And without a protector for the tribe, we're sitting ducks here. Tasuni thinks he can rule, but he is seduced by all manner of dark things.
There is no easy fix here. I'll be awake for many nights to come.
I'll be right beside you, my love.
Let's not fool ourselves, love. You'll be sleeping.
In any case, it'll be time to crown a new chieftainess soon.
Or chieftain. Tasuni is next in the bloodline. Sure, he doesn't mind breaking a few rules, but at least he's no Dominus.
I do hope you're joking, sweet. The Maraketh are a matriarchy. The men here aren't used to being in charge. Tasuni would ruin everything the mother stands for.
You would have them crown Irasha.
She's strong, stable, and traditional. I don't see why she shouldn't rule.
Because, ironically, Tasuni has the one thing that Irasha lacks.
What's that?
Vision.
Scion.
Welcome.
Not since the fall of Destrit has this Akara seen so sad a moment. Our gods are false. Our Sekima is dead. But you, outsider, you offer hope. Without the feather, Tasuni will be unable to take control of Highgate, no matter how much he lies and whines. My people will never allow it. And Oyun's passing leaves me with only one course of action. I will take the Sekima feather and mount the saddle of Highgate. It will be a difficult journey ahead. Our faith has died with the gods you have slain. Yet I know in my heart that we will find a way to go on. For your troubles, outsider. Perhaps I was wrong, and good can come from beyond our borders. As a child, my mother told me stories of the old gods, that they were to be feared and venerated, that they embodied the everlasting spirit of the Marraketh people. But this false queen, Garukan, she was nothing but a goddess of lies. By accepting Kira's slaughter of Oyun as a sacrifice of worth, the goddess has played her part in forsaking our most sacred tenet. Honor the mother, honor the life. The bones of our tribe mother have been ground into the dust by this divine insanity? If the old gods can't follow the very traditions they themselves set forth, then how can we? Perhaps the time has come to forge our customs anew, in our image, not those of false and selfish gods. When I was 12, 3 men came out of the Vastiri plains and set their eyes upon me. They asked me for water, but took much more. When the woman of Highgate finally caught them, I was given an opportunity to enact the execution myself, an offer I gladly took. Even at 12, I knew the price for betraying the Akara. Tasuni knew Oyun was to perish at the hands of that overreaching bitch, yet he did nothing to save her. Should I ever be in a position to punish such treachery, I shall do so with pleasure.
It seems as though fate shan't be content with just the taking of my eyes. It is pernicious enough to steal my vision from me as well. I have planned to lead my people into a brighter, better future with the passing of our dear Oyun. But fate uses you to torment me. Still, I must not despair. Time is on my side, and in Rayclast, nobody remains a Sekema for long. Hunt well.
Yes? Irasha holds the feather. Then Highgate has been saved. She may not be in the bloodline, but she holds fast to their traditions, and that's all that matters. Just think, Tasuni may have steered the tribe into dangerous and unknown territory.
The beast you know is not always better than the one you don't, my love.
Good luck.